okay yesterday when they saw me as nothing. No one knows tomorrow, brother. No one knows tomorrow, sister. No one knows tomorrow, mama. No one knows tomorrow, papa. Yeah. It's the HBS show with lesson the spring goddess. History behind success of your role model.
So good to have you again on the program HBS Show with Blessing, History Behind Success. My guest on the program is a man who has put smiles on the faces of so many people. A man who have sympathy on the less privileged. A man who loved God so much. Who is this man? Is a man who chooses to be a servant to the people, not a leader. Who is this man? He is a father. He is a mentor. Who is this man? Join me as I make welcome to the program the honorable member representing the good people of Bumadi constituency in Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Kenneth Oboro Faye.
It's the HBS show with lesson the spring goddess. History behind success of your role model.
Sir, you're welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
All right. You look so amazing with this your wonderful outfits.
Thank you.
So what is the secret of this your glowing?
There is no secret. It's just by the grace of God.
That's it. So, sir, tell us, how was your growing up life?
A long story. I grew up in a rural suburb. Precisely Akiama International Local Government Area. Under the tutelage of my parents, attended the local schools. The school in my community became a primary school, then early school. After that, I was admitted into Bomandi, Government College Bomandi, which is Bomandi is just the nearest community to my, the headquarters of Bomandi local government area, which is the nearest community to my old community. So, my life revolves around the creeks of Niger Delta. I know what it means to live in the creeks, to survive in the creeks myself.
You tell us, you know, a lot of persons are going to learn from your story. So tell us the life in the creek and how you were able to survive.
Well, I grew up in an area at that time where there was only one hospital. And the hospital was located at the headquarters of the local government. And the only means of communication is like, hand paddling. Orthodox medicine then was not known to most of our people.
Okay.
So we suffered through herbal cure, herbal medicine, all that. There were not much restrictions, but there were stern instructions not to do evil.
Okay.
As long as there is an open check given to you to do anything, let not evil. Because you are daily checks. Even your dresses or the dress you put on is checked. You cannot put on a dress that your parents did not buy for you.
Oh, yeah.
No. Because they will ask you. They ask questions. Where did you get this dress? And if you say you got it from a friend, they will say, return it immediately.
Huh.
That was life in those days. It's not like today. We were uninformed. It was a very closed society. There was no internet, there was no newspaper. And if there is there is no television, and if there is a radio, how many people can understand the language? So that is the type of environment I grew up.
Okay, now, growing up in the creek, okay, because your surrounding at that time will not even make some persons to acquire knowledge by going to school. So what now gave you that courage to go to school?
But outside my personal ambition, the drive also came from my father, particularly my father. My father was not educated, but you must wake up early enough to have a bath and go to school. He will provide everything you needed for the school. And he will not expect you back home until the school closes. That was the type of father I had. On my personal side, I love going to school. Even if I'm sick, I will insist that I will go to school. Sometimes the teachers will say I should come back. But as soon as I get back, I go back again. And I was very sickly in my youth. So oftentimes, I spend only half the period in school. If I go in the morning, maybe by 12, I'm sick, I'm back home. If I don't go in the morning, by 12, I will go to school. Very rare I go to school in the morning and close. Because of my nature of my health at that time. But I weathered the storm. I dared it. But with time, after some time, that's it.
A lot of persons will just stop at secondary school level, but the drive also puts you to continue to the university. So tell us about that.
We had a class that was very competitive. Most of us are medical doctors, professors, engineers, and some of us politicians. That class was so good. So before our final year, we have already made up our mind that all of us will go to the university. I didn't go to the university immediately after the secondary school. As I left the secondary school, I was employed as a teacher in another secondary school, and then Old River State.
Okay.
So I taught in Kiremo, government secondary school at Kiremo, in the Old River State then, for a number of years before I finally left for the university. The urge was there. We were reading, we had to write the competitive general examination. So, and it was like a competition. You hear that your friend has gone to the university. You say, congratulations, I think I will go to, kind of, and he will keep encouraging you to, I'm there, you better come over. You can't be there forever, you know. That was the spirit.
Wow, that's a good one. So during your university days, I believe there are a lot of friends you had then, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So how were you able to stick to the good ones, to forge ahead, to make sure that you came out successfully?
Like I told you, I had a rural setup. So in those days, there were no cult activities. If they were, then cult is merely an urban behavior. Those of us who went to the university from the rural setup, Our concern was our studies and the little time off to discuss. I think that was our concern. So we identify people of similar character and associate with them. So I didn't know any social life in school. None. If there is a riot, I don't know what riot is. It's not meant for me. It's for well-to-do children from well-to-do families. If the campus is becoming suffocating because of unrest, I find my way out of the campus back to the village. And when it is resolved, I come.
Wow. In case you are just joining us, you are on to the program HBS Show with Lesson History Behind Success. And our guest on the program is the Honorable Member representing the good people of Bumabi in Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Kenneth Oboro Prayer. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's the HBS show with lesson, the spring goddess. History behind success of your role model. Show with lesson, the spring goddess. History behind success of your role model.
Good to know that you're still there. Welcome back to the program HBS Show with Lesson History Behind Success. And our guest on the program is the Honorable Member representing the good people of Bumabi in Delta State House of Assembly, Honorable Kenneth Oboro. For the break, you said that you grew up from the rural setting and also from the creek. Now, fish farming, okay, fishing is a more of a regular business then. When you were growing up, did you do fishing to make sure that you have funds, or what are the businesses you were able to do at the
I only assisted my parents. I didn't go out on my own
Okay.
to engage in fishing or farming. I had to play a supportive role. Our model of fishing is not this modern type. You fish in the river or inside the bush.
Wow.
In the river, you have nets, traps, and other things. Then, inside the forest, where you have creeks, canals,
Yes.
it's the same thing. I think my mother was mainly involved in fishing in the river. The river where she would use nets and also hooks, different types of hooks. We were so involved in that. So she would wake me very early in the morning, around 4 or 4:30 a.m. We would go to the river, and she would drop me by 6:30 or 7 o'clock. While she would go on, she would drop me 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the waterside. While she would go on, I would take my bath quickly, and by 8 o'clock I make sure I go to school.
Wow.
I think that would be assisted, and also in farming.
Okay.
Our farms were not too big because they are not mechanical.
Okay.
Plantain, cocoyam, sweet potato, A lot of things. And lately, cassava. But I think in my time, we were not into cassava farming.
Okay.
Yeah. That was.
Okay, so what is the most remarkable moment of your youthful age?
I was properly guided by my father. My mother's duty is to ensure that I don't fall sick.
Okay.
She will provide the food. And if I'm sick, she will go to the bush, cut all these herbs to ensure that I get healed. She was not too concerned about my academics. But all my father's eyes were on me.
Hmm.
There was a particular day in government college. I can't remember the year. We were on break. So after it was in the morning, the school closed in the morning. So there was no Okada. It was only bicycle. Very few people had bicycles were like private cars. So we were walking. I was walking to my village. I got to the Bomande police station where I met somebody from my village. He asked me where I was going. I said, we were on break, so I'm going to my village. He now said he wanted to send a package to his uncle who is at home. He bought 2 packets of SM cigarettes. Gave it to me that I should deliver to
The uncle.
his uncle. So I put them in my school bag and I left for the village. When I got to the village, government college was like a military school. As a junior student, the suffering was so much. So any 1 hour you have for yourself is like a year. So the joy was so much that I didn't remember to immediately take the cigarettes to
the owner.
So I dipped my hand inside the school bag and took the cigarettes and delivered it to him. He didn't ask me any question any other day, but I'm sure that he must have asked the man whether he received the. That was a very remarkable experience. I was properly monitored, guided. I won't say monitored, guided by my father. If there is anything that he feels I've done wrong, he will wake me up 12 or 1 o'clock in the night. That I'm told you did this. What informed your position on this issue?
At 1 a.m.
Yes, that is the time they wake you up. And you dare not tell him. And I didn't tell him that. And that is why I don't know how to tell lies up to now. Even as a politician, I don't know how to tell lies.
Well, that brings us into politics. There are lots of persons who really want to go into politics. And by the grace of God, you have the experience as a politician. So, how can one go into politics? What are the rules? What are the things to do to become a politician?
First of all, the drive. What makes somebody? Because I'm a civil engineer. I can survive through my profession. But why?
Why you drive?
What is the drive? If you don't have somebody from your place, you will not have anything. From when I was born till I finished secondary school, there was only primary school in my community. In my final year, Ambrose Ali established a secondary school in my community. And what informed that? In 1999, somebody from my community, my brother, my uncle, represented the Bomandis, then they call it Bomandi South, the Bomandi South constituency in the Bender State House of Assembly. Through him, we were able to get a secondary school. So I decided When I finished school, I worked briefly. But I decided, I made up my mind that I'll go into politics. My people are suffering. Our only means of communication is, even to worry, is through the river. You wake up in the night because the boats will come in the night, pick you, and you will get to worry 5 or 6 o'clock.
In the
4
morning.
a.m. you are boarding a boat to worry, and 5 or 6 p.m. then you are getting to worry. The transportation system was so bad. As a matter of fact, I wrote the National Common Entrance Examination after I finished my primary school, and I passed. Government College Ogeli invited me for interview. I didn't know the route to Ogeli, where Ogeli was located. And there was nobody that can take me to where Ogeli is located to participate in the interview, so I lost that chance.
After getting to Ugeli.
I didn't get to nobody to, because the description is that Ogeli is behind Warri, that you travel to Warri. No. Ogeli was like somewhere far.
Yes.
I lost that chance. I tell you that the situation has changed dramatically, because you are part of the decision-making process. You also insist that whatever that is done somewhere in the states, if not all, a part of it should be done in your area. So I think that is where the interest comes from. Politics, they say, is an authoritative allocation of resources. You must be there to ensure that you get something.
Yeah.
And people say it's a dirty game. Personally, I don't see it as such.
Okay.
There are a lot of maneuvering, particularly interest. And it is normal, it is human. Even in every other profession,
That's
the
true.
human factor will always prevail.
That's true.
So that was how I came into politics. I came into politics, first of all, far back in 1983.
Wow.
I attempted to contest as councillor when I finished secondary school. But that was the year Buhari took over from Shagari in 83, December. So that republic was aborted, or else I would have been a councillor by 84, because the primaries were scheduled for January 15, 84. But by 31st of December, the army struck. And that was the end of that republic. It was after that I went to school.
Okay.
Now, I came back to politics, to join politics in 1998. And I became the pro-tem chairman of a PDP, People's Democratic Party, Bamadi local government area. From there, we went for the first round of elections, local government elections and all that. And later, I became the substantive chairman of the party in the local government area after the elections in 1999. Since then, I've been in one position or the other. After the elections in 1999, I was appointed as chairman board of directors of Bender Sea Structures, NRN Warri, by His Excellency Chief James Ogeri. Simultaneously, I served, because it was a part-time appointment, simultaneously I served as party chairman in the local government area. And in 2007, I made an attempt to come to the House of Assembly.
As your first.
Yes. But 2 or 3 days to the primary, I was called to Ogara and asked to step down. You see, party loyalty is very important. At that time, I'd already resigned as party chairman because I wanted to contest for membership of the House. The governor himself advised that I should go back and anchor onto my former position as chairman of the party. That was in 2007. And immediately after the elections, I was appointed a transition committee chairman of my local government. Maybe as a compensation.
Yeah.
For stepping down. That was it. I served just 6 months as chairman of council. Within that 6 months, for the first time in the history of the Bomadi local government area, I was able to step down national grids to the headquarters.
Wow.
Bomadi local government. For the 6 months, I was chairman of council, enjoyed uninterrupted House of Land. I did it in such a way that because costly of it was I did it in collaboration with the state government, His Excellency Odua. So, and what I did was, then it was NEPA. The district manager, I had to arrange with him to pay the monthly bills for all the consumers. So for the 6 months, I was chairman of council in the Bomadi local government area. Nobody paid light bills. Light was regular. After I left the council, I was appointed as a member of Government Council, College of Education, Warri. Dr. Oru was my chairman, Steve Oru, chairman. And then later, the Government Council was dissolved. And when appointments were made, I was taken to College of Education, Abo, now Unidale, as a member of the Government Council, with Professor Mogogare as chairman.
Wow.
It was from there I resigned to contest election to the State House in 2011.
Wow. So now that you are in the State House of Assembly, like what you said before, that is the drive. You have drive for the people. So that passion, that was why you enter into politics. And by the grace of God, when you were given a chance as transition committee chairman, you were able to put smiles on their faces. So now you've been in the house for some time now. What have you been able to attract to your people?
Yes. I've been in the house for a long time now. This is the third governor I'm serving. I served under His Excellency Emmanuel Odua, and then His Excellency Senator Okowa, and now His Excellency Sheriff Oborori. In my first term, I concentrated more on the education sector because I saw that our people are so backward. So the concentration was more on the education sector. To build schools, primary and secondary. We even established secondary schools in our area. And then ensured that the infrastructure within the schools, houses, labs, these things were provided. But our people have suddenly developed a mentality of vandalization. Take for instance, I I think about through Mobogara, when Mobogara was Commissioner for Education, I was able to around 150 something computers to the secondary school in Pakema, my village, so that we can make it a jam center. But these computers were stolen by my own people. It's very discouraging.
150 computers.
Yes. Then after I had left, the national grid, the line was vandalized. There was a cable under the bridge, armored cable under the bridge that was supplying light across the river. It was cut off. Even poles were vandalized. So we discussed with His Excellency, Senator Okowa, and we were able to construct 2 towers, one on this side of the river, on the other side of the river, to carry the high tension over to Bomadi Local. That we did. Then during Oduna's time, through our legislative work, we were able to pass, we established 3 polytechnics. One at Abo, one at Sapele, and one at Bomadi. These bills were signed into law by Odua, but unfortunately, as we speak, the schools are yet to take off. But on our part, we did the legislative job. We have done our duty. In the records, we have polytechnics in these 3 areas, because that law 6 of 6,
Yeah.
it has not been repealed. Then health centers and other things, maintenance of existing roads. As an individual, we paid WAEC fees to ensure that students will go to school. Sometimes, particularly the indigent students, we assist them in paying WAEC fees.
Okay.
Then provide a cushion for JAM too. All that we have done and we're still doing. And recently, Bomadi local government can only be accessed through one road. That is the Bomadi road. The road was so bad. At inception, the current governor, in fact, there was one bridge that collapsed. The governor was able to quickly come in.
Sure, the governor.
Sheriff Oborowori.
Okay.
He was able to reconstruct. I wanted to Najakata and reconstruct that bridge. If you go there, it's a beautiful sight. And now he's working on the entire road.
Wow.
27 kilometers.
Wow.
The entire road. These are things you ordinarily would not have if you don't have a representative.
That's true.
Because when they cry to us, we cry to them, to the government too.
Okay.
But this is what my people are saying.
As a mouthpiece.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now, you said 3 universities were proposed and passed into law. Polytechnics were passed into law.
That's in 2014.
Yes, and they are yet to commence.
Yes.
Since you are still in the house, is there no way you can draw the attention of His Excellency to that law?
We are talking.
Okay.
We are discussing.
Okay.
Hopefully something will be done.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, now, sir, what are those challenges in politics? Because everything has challenges, the good parts and the bad parts. What are those major challenges in politics, and you were able to overcome the
Importance.
Wow.
It's not because
That's
I'm
the grace of
strong.
God.
It's by the grace of God. Another is the electors.
Okay.
The pressure from the electors is overbearing. What they expect from you is 10 times more than what you can provide. But you have to be diplomatic. You don't have to be confrontational. You manage, it's human to manage them. Sometimes you make promises which you think over time you can fulfill, but you are not able to fulfill. Not deliberately making it. It's not deliberate.
Yes.
Then another thing is even in the smallest unit of political structures, even in the smallest units, there is no fair that oil. Instead of, if there are 5 units in a particular area, instead of ensuring that these 5 units must must all be satisfied, somebody will decide to take all and maybe give one to another one. I think these are
Challenges.
challenges.
All right. What is your advice to our youth out there?
What my advice is, they must be strong. The benefits of coming into politics far outweigh not coming into politics. They should not be afraid, they should not be tempted by people because of what people say about politics. They must summon courage. It's all about courage. It's all about hard work. It's all about reaching out to the people. It's all about reaching out to the people. So, first of all, to fit well in politics, you must be educated. You must go to school. And then when they have made up their mind to come into politics, they must be prepared to serve the people. Service is at the center of the whole game. You are not a boss, you are a servant. And so at any point you must consider yourself as a servant. The people can be coming to you. You may have the money to give to them, you may have the opportunity to assist them, but they remain your leaders. That is the core value of politics. The fact that you are providing for them does not make you a leader. You are sent.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your time on this program. All right, you just heard him now. He said that as a politician, you are sent to the people. You are a servant to the people, not a leader. Yes, you are assisting the people, you are putting smiles on their faces, doesn't make you a leader over them. Rather, you are the servants. No doubt you had a short time on today's episode of HBS Show with Blessing.